G'day guys, Come Wild Touring. Hey, we've pushed about 1,000 Ks east of Perth to film a trip that's been on my bucket list for a hell of a long time, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. But unfortunately I've done a little bit of damage to the car on the way down here. So we're actually 2 days in and about 1,000 Ks east of Perth right now. Last night we stayed at a pub, had a couple of beers, rolled the swags out. It was just to break up the drive to get here. But the plan is, the exciting stuff pretty much starts from here. We're on the Nullarbor. This is the air highway, the main drag between Western Australia and South Australia. And it's mad to think that this road used to be unsealed only 50 years ago. In the 70s, this was a dirt road. I reckon that's nuts. Anyway, we're about 30 Ks from the start of the full drive stuff. And from there, we've got 300 Ks off-road along some of the most dramatic coastal areas in this region. It truly is an amazing place. This is the same sort of stretch of coastline, the Great Australian Bight, where you've seen probably pictures from Bunda Cliffs or the Baxter Cliffs with the massive limestone cliffs that sort of reach out over the southern oceans there. It's pretty specky stuff, and I'm really excited about it if you can't tell. Anyway, boys are waiting. We've got about 30 Ks to get to the full drive track. And we'll have to find a campsite before it gets dark. Just saw a nice 300 series. Let's go. Just keeping my eyes peeled for the turn off now. I'm actually, to navigate, I'm using satellite maps to pinpoint the spot I want. And then I'm... Yep. Yeah, oh yeah, look, blue drum, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, so I'm using satellite maps to pinpoint the spot I want. And then I just did directions to there through Google Maps. So I needed reception to start that. But the blue drum was what I was looking for. Here we go. So this is actually a campsite, the start of the track. Well, it was marked on Wikicamps as a free camp. When I looked on satellite maps, I could see there was tracks going from the back of the campsite all the way to the coast towards Point Culver, where we want to go. I've also got mates, well, my neighbour Rory had been out this way like a week or two before me, so I know it's open, and he did actually say to me, look out for the blue drum. That's where we got onto the track. So the spot that I'd picked on Google Maps rocked up here, and it's got the blue drum, so we're onto a winner. We're gonna go tyres down, probably drop down to about 25 pounds, and we'll go lower if we need to once we hit the beach.
Joining me on this one, I've got my old mate Duffy in his Ford Ranger. You guys would know him from heaps of previous videos. And my new mate Aaron from AGD Auto in his big dual cab 79. Aaron's actually the mechanic that you'd have seen did a lot of work on the 300 series.
I only just started, but I just noticed these two trailers off the side of the track. These will be trailers that have not made it in or out, and so they've been abandoned. But yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty, it's quite a remote area. It's a hell of a long way from help if you have a mechanical or a breakdown or whatever. This thing's just been dragged in. It's been pilfered for parts as well since, but you can see it's actually had some sort of major failure and just been dragged here through the bush. So not suitable for caravans, this track. And you want to be pretty confident in your gear if you're going to drag a camper trailer or anything like that in here. Luckily we've got a mechanic along on our trip, but hopefully we don't need his skills. Anyway, we've got 70 Ks to do before it gets dark, and we've got to find a camp, so let's get to it. Tell you what, I'm happy that I'm the lead car on this one because it's been pretty dry out here. It's fairly dusty and the two boys are getting pretty dusted out. So both of them at times are sitting way back just to be out of the dust cloud. So far, it is a really cruisy four-wheel drive track. From what I've heard, it can get fairly tight and scratchy the deeper you get in. It can be slow going and rocky in sections. And I've also heard that it can be pretty treacherous when it's wet, and I can see the evidence of that. There's some really carved out, rutted sections when it's been slopped, but for the weather we got at the moment, we're laughing. It's real easy going and it's an enjoyable drive. We're all just knocking a little more air out our tyres because it's getting a bit softer now. And I've just crested this dune and check out this view. We're heading down there. It looks bloody beautiful. There's bugger all wind. And this drive down here looks amazing. But also, in the distance, we're just catching a glimpse of Bilbunya dunes. Check this out. It honestly looks like clouds on the ground. It looks insane. That is the biggest dune system in the Southern Hemisphere. It is massive. Never been there before, and I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, I better knock some air out and we'll find a campsite.
I was waiting in the undertow, set adrift with featherweight like bows, unaware of where my heart would flow. I was waiting in the undertow, can't touch the bottom, sit into a tumble, waves that shake me out of my skin. Never been so easy, losing my direction. My bearings have me south of home. I've been wrong before. I was waiting in the undertow, set adrift with featherweight like bows, unaware of where my heart would flow. I was waiting in the undertow.
That was an epic drive down that range. Yeah, that was one of the better drives I've done. That was wicked. You boys enjoy it?
Yeah, it was fun, like, yeah. It wasn't as challenging as I thought, but yeah, really scenic.
And didn't take that long from Air Highway either, probably 4 hours. We were about 1:30, we were airing down, it's 5:30 now. Yeah. Wasn't, and that's me stuffing around with cameras and stuff. Didn't take that long. So yeah, anyway, it's too windy on the beach, which is surprising because there was no wind on top of that range. But we'll set up behind the first row of dunes, we'll get some dinner going. While we're here, I want to you can see those misty cliffs in the distance. That's the start of the Baxter Cliffs. And the cove just inside of it is called Point Culver, and I really want to go there and just see it and experience and lap it up. So we'll do that either tonight, the Savo, tomorrow, I don't know. And tomorrow, we'll head down west along the beach, heading towards Esperance, and we'll get to that massive Bilbunya dune system and have a play in there. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves for now. Let's get set up, let's get dug in, let's get comfortable, let's have a beer. And Duffy's cooking tonight, and he's doing a Moroccan curry. That'll be nice.
Moroccan chicken, yeah, it's not curry.
Moroccan chicken curry should be good. We've just come pretty much one dune back, and we found a spot that's levelish, and this is us for the night. So Duff's cooking tonight. He's pulled out his awning and he's getting his stuff together. We'll have a chat to him. I'll show you what he's cooking, and then I'll show you how we're set up. So what are you cooking, brother?
Moroccan chicken. I found this in Woolworths, which is quite good. So I tried about two weeks. It was quite nice. All right, cool. So with some capsicum, onion, put it all in, pour it over. Pretty simple. Spice it up a little bit.
I sourced all the meat for this trip from from Ryan's, from the butcher, and Duff asked me to get some chicken breasts. But I thought instead of chicken breast, we might as well use some pre-marinated like chicken skewers.
That was a good idea, because it just adds more flavour. So,
yeah, more flavour. It's satay flavoured, so it'll go with a Moroccan chicken curry. Yeah. And it's already going to be cut to size and stuff, so it's just a bit easier.
Yeah, perfect.
So that'll be good.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
What's the marinade on it?
Just satay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, so Duff's under his awning, on his stretcher. I've got my new swag out. I'll chat to you about it in a sec, I reckon. And Aaron's set up with his swag there as well. So this swag, right, you'll remember that I did a video on my Kulkyne swag a few months ago, and I said it's the best swag I've ever had and I'm never going to change it because I love it. Well, Brett from Kulkyne watched that video and he said, Cam, if you reckon that dome style swag is wicked, wait till you see my mega swag. And he said, I'll send you one out. And I honestly said to him, don't bother. I'm sure it's great, but I love my dome swag and I'm thrilled with it. I'm wrapped with it. I don't want anything else. And he said, give this a go. If you don't like it, give it away, sell it, do whatever you want. So I got the mega swag from him and I absolutely love it. I've done 5 nights in it now, so it's still pretty early days, but I was just telling the boys before off camera, I absolutely love this swag. It fits in the same swag bag, so although it looks a hell of a lot bigger than my dome, it actually rolls up pretty much the same size. It's probably similar weight. I haven't actually weighed the two of them. And it fits on my existing Kulkyne stretcher. So that's just the standard Kulkyne big boy stretcher that my 1100 swag used to sit on, the dome one. This takes a fraction longer to set up because it's got an extra pole on top and an extra pole in the middle. Definitely takes a little bit longer, but the benefits just outweigh the cons. My 2 favourite things about it is it's got, well, 3 favourite things, and it's got vertical walls, so you get more space inside there, and I can sit upright in the thing and get changed. So before we sort of had to do like a half crunch to be able to get changed and stuff in the dome swag. This thing I can sit absolutely upright, so I love that. And third and final thing that I'll say, actually, okay, there's going to be 4 things now. It's got a shelf, so there's nothing to set up or anything. It all just sort of folds away when you roll it up, and it pops back up as you erect the thing. But yeah, there's a shelf there. You wouldn't put more than a couple of kilos up there, but I put all my clothes, my hat, my sunnies, all that kind of stuff, your keys, your wallet, whatever. That all sits up there. There's actually a pocket to get to it from outside the swag, so if you put something in there and you want to get to it, you don't have to come actually into the swag to grab it. You can just unzip the side pocket and get to it, so I like that. Right, 4th and final thing. It's got an optional LED light bar that can fit in there, and you need a power pack for it. I'm just using my Allspark jump starter, but yeah, that's pretty nice. Only thing, if it did red or amber, that would have been awesome, but even just doing a nice bright white light's pretty good just for when you're popping in and out of bed in the dark. It's pretty cool. Anyway, thrilled with this thing. It looks huge. It's definitely blurring the lines of what's a swag and what's a tent. But I don't care what you call it. It's a really comfortable night's sleep and I'm thrilled with it. There you go, Kulkyne stretcher. Why'd you move, man? Was the wind smashing you?
Just a little bit windy, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
There's nothing over here, so.
Yeah. I'm gonna cook his rice for him on the induction. And we should be eating, we're starving. Do the rice in here on the induction. And we'll be eating. I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Tell you what, it feels good to be set up. We've had such a long day in the saddle. We've done, we're probably 1,200, maybe 1,300 Ks in or something now from home. And yeah, just long days. And it's been really hot. The last 2 days, over 40 degrees. So it's actually a lot cooler down here. I guess we're getting the sea breeze. Righto, I better get this rice on. Dinner's gonna be ready before you know it. What a good way. Do you got a plate?
Yeah, go for it.
Come on, Ash. That smells good, man. I'm gonna use this.
Test. Yeah, use that.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I've been staring at.
It smells,
Plenty of it.
Smells so good.
Handy with the coriander and the nuts, man. I think you'd have done it.
Mmm. I'm sure it doesn't need it, but...
Oh, well, it looks better though.
Looks good, man.
Ooh. Ooh. And the taste test.
Delicious, mate. Really hot.
Is it? I know.
Delicious.
I've just turned it off. Cool.
That's beautiful, mate.
Oh, good stuff.
Well done. Thank you.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
I reckon we'll sit down and enjoy this. And I'll flick that camera back on a little bit later when Aaron's doing cocktails. He's making shooters for us tonight. We snuck into them last night and they were delicious. So I'll show you what he's doing. It's pretty good. Cheers, Duff. Beautiful, mate. We just had showers. I've used that new little PVC drifter tub and just boiled a bit of water in the kettle and that worked nicely. Boys want to do shooters already. What's it called as?
Jam donuts.
We did it on that Bremer Bay trip.
It was, yeah.
But it wasn't as good. So he's using Chambord and peanut butter whiskey. And we had a few, like I said, we had a few last night. We indulged a bit. Duff had never seen one of these standard squeeze bottles before. And he was like, what are you doing? That's 2-stroke oil. So that's the Chambord. Does Chambord come in that fancy little round, ball looking bottle? Yeah, I've never bought it before. What time is it? Everyone got a...
It's only 5 to 8.
We're going to be in bed by 9 o'clock. Everyone is knackered.
Well, we said that yesterday, but it was like 11. So
it was midnight by the time we went to bed.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm just starting. I haven't even opened my wine yet.
Haven't you? Oh, I'm ready for... Now that I'm showered and fed, I'm ready for a snooze. That dinner was delicious too, by the way.
It was, yeah. Cheers.
Righto. Cheers, lads.
Down the hatch. Cheers, boys.
That one is so much better than mine.
It is.
Yeah, it's really good. It's delicious.
What was the difference you done?
I used some...
Different whiskey?
Yeah, nah, I used the same whiskey, but I used some fancy French liqueur and it was gross.
Oh, yes, it was the French liqueur.
Yeah, I've still got it at home. I can't drink it. I've tried to mix it with everything. It just doesn't mix.
Skinny bottle?
Nah, not really.
Shaped it with narrow, didn't it, at the top?
Yeah, fat at the bottom, skinny at the top.
Yeah, okay.
Bit like me. All right. Do you know what? The camera's going off now. We'll pick it back up in the morning. I'm shattered and I'm ready for sleep.
Good night.
Good night. Just before we went to bed last night, the wind picked up so big. So we packed Duffy's awning away because we didn't want to worry about it overnight. Just before I stepped into my swag, I had the whole swag side on in the wind. The whole thing flipped over. And that's not a light swag, that stretches steel frame. So that's pretty crazy, but the whole thing ended up upside down. I was worried with broken poles and stuff, but Duffy gave me a hand. He climbed out of bed and gave me a hand flipping it. And it was all right. But it was a really nice night's sleep. See all the stars, the Milky Way was putting on a show, and there was a nice breeze blowing through and had a really good sleep. Needed it because the night before on the way here it was a really hot night. Anyway, slow start. We're just gonna have coffees. I'm gonna put some bacon and eggs on, and then we'll do a pack down and roll out. And I really want to go check out that Point Culver. So we'll do that first, and then I'll chat to you about the rest of the plans. But pretty exciting because this is the start of the fun stuff, really. I can see Bill Bunya Dunes just in the distance, just poking its head out. You probably can't see it on GoPro, but it looks pretty mystical. Boys are all packed up, ready to go. And we're gonna go hit the beach and cruise along to the start of the Baxter Cliffs, Point Culver. Have a look there. Tony's thinking he might go for a fish. I'll get the drone up, might go for a swim. Just see where the morning takes us. Hey, check out this big whalebone that I found near camp here. That's pretty cool. We'll have to keep our eyes out for some more. Also, unfortunately, Aaron, well, it's a good thing Aaron noticed, but unfortunately I've done a little bit of damage to the car on the way down here. These carbon fibre bash plates I didn't even feel myself hit anything, but I've ripped one open, torn one. It's gonna have to come off, and I'll replace these with some steel bash plates, I think. But have a look at this. They've obviously put carbon fibre on because it's stronger than plastic, lighter than steel. But I mean, like I said, I didn't even feel myself hit anything, and I've ripped that, so that's gonna have to come off. And we'll put some steel bash plates on, I think. Anyway, let's head down to the beach, see what it looks like today. Oh, it's beautiful and calm. Wow. I don't know a heap about fishing, obviously, but I reckon this would be a good fishing spot because you can see the waves breaking out a bit further. Looks like there's a gutter along here. And I've heard people catch I've heard people catch good mulloway along this stretch of coast. I'm not set up for anything that big, but might have a little bit of a flick. Let's see how we go. But for now, let's head up to Point Culver. You can kind of see it in the mist up ahead. That is the start of the Baxter Cliffs that runs the whole way from here into South Australia, along the Great Australian Bight.
It's the coldest hand that run down this land where the ocean lands. It's the tallest sound, the damn smallest.
This is spectacular. First time I've been on the beach looking at this cliff system. I haven't been on top of Baxter Cliffs. I've been on top of the ones further east, Bunder Cliffs, but different perspective being here underneath it. Let's have a look, see what the boys think. Bit of a moment for me actually, because I've been watching this trip through other people's eyes. I've watched Ronnie Dale come out here recently, Pete from WA Camping Adventures come out here, and it was already on the bucket list, and then watching it through their eyes made me really hungry to get here myself. So yeah, they've definitely inspired me to get out here, and I hope that I inspire you to come out here and have a look as well. It's bloody beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Really keen to get the drone up and see how much of this sort of cliff line you can see working along the bight. Oh wow, even Bill Bunyard. You're seeing the dunes in the distance, Az. I just can't believe you can see that dune system out there as well. It must be enormous. Honestly, it looks like clouds on the land. It's the weirdest thing. Oh, this is crazy. Ah, there's a big cave up there, big overhang. See if we can get up there.
What a spot for the camp out, eh?
Epic, eh?
Good winter spot this.
People have been doing it, Duff. People have had campfires here.
Well, you see the marked walls, which is a shame, but they're a bit blackened, aren't they?
Yeah.
What a wicked spot though.
Awesome, eh?
What a view. Sheltered in the winter, out the sun in the summer.
Where would you put your car though? You'd have to park it down there, eh? I wouldn't risk it down here.
Yeah. Small misdemeanors you have to put up with.
Yeah. Oh, look at all the cat prints through here. Oh, fox prints.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Heaps of them. Probably a good little sheltered spot to live for a fox, eh? Well, that's it for this one, guys. We're leaving Point Culver there and we're going to head to that huge Bill Bunya dune system. Biggest dune system in the Southern Hemisphere. I've said that a few times, but I'm excited about it. So I'll see you next week for that one. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.
I know I'm lucky, man, but I don't feel lucky, man. Why can't I feel?
Oh, it's still recording. Yeah, it's okay, just the mount's broken. I wonder who ran over you. I'll have to review the footage. I'll have to review the footage.